Hello everyone, and welcome to another Orochi Jules match. Today, I really felt like I just had a feeling that I'm going to get a ton of deflects. Not one, not two, not 10, but quite a few. Not sure where this thought came from, or this feeling. Don't know how it got here, don't know why it's here, but I just get the feeling that we are going to get an extreme amount of deflects. So yeah, feeling pretty positive today. So who have we got? We have got a green Hitakiri. Okay then, let's go into the centre. Let's emote and let's begin. This is always an interesting matchup. Ah, there's one deflect. Okay, let's give her a top heavy. Let's be risky. Let's feint that. Let's parry that. Boom, boom. Okay, what's she going to do now? And that's a top heavy. And another top heavy. And a side heavy. And a side heavy. And a top heavy. And a side heavy. And a side heavy. Oh my goodness me. This Hitakiri is mad. This is crazy. She cannot possibly keep doing this. Well, we'll just have to keep deflecting, I suppose. That's the only option. She's not going to back down. We're not going to back down. Looks like we're in a bit of a state of lockdown, as it were. Speaking of lockdown, I suppose this is a chance just to wish you all happiness and healthiness in this weird, strange time. Obviously, I am talking about the COVID-19 virus situation, which seems to be putting the world into a little bit of chaos. But what I would say is I hope you're all doing well nonetheless, and this will end. It's not going to be going on forever. There will be an end. May not be in the next few weeks, may not even be in the next few months, but, you know, 6 months down the line, who knows? It's impossible to say. I don't know if you've been following it. I certainly have, because it's had a bit of an effect on my life. But deflects have got to happen, and they've got to keep going. I say, as I am literally in a state of pure focus here. I'm going to try and keep talking nonetheless. What I would say is that try and, if you obviously, I don't know what the rules are in your country, etc. In my country anyway, they recommend that you spend at least half an hour a day going outside. Maybe go for a run or something out in the fresh air. If there is one positive, and it is one small positive out of this whole thing, is that actually, because most people are indoors, air pollution has actually got a lot better. So you can go outside, and if you have respiratory, this is the ironic thing, if you have respiratory problems, which are obviously bad for COVID-19, then you can actually have a better experience outside, because you'll have better quality air, which is good for your lungs, which I saw on the news earlier on, which is quite interesting. So there's that. And also less pollution obviously is a massive help to the planet, which is always good. Less ice caps melting, less destruction of ozone layer and all that stuff, which I'm sure everyone has heard about at school or on the news or from friends and family or whatever. Speaking of which, if you do know someone who is in the vulnerable group, it's always good to make sure they're all right. They may need some food and provisions and things that they can't get themselves. So if you can, I would always encourage you to go out and help them. If you can't, then just make sure that you know someone who is keeping them happy. And also, communication is important as well in this time as well. Keep in contact with friends and distant relatives, because it can be a bit of a downer on a lot of people, just staying indoors all the time. Obviously people that watch my videos, they probably are, I don't know, more fine with it than others, because you're watching gaming videos, which, unless you're playing outside, which would be interesting, that would be cool. But obviously we don't do that all the time, and I wouldn't recommend you to spend your whole life indoors playing video games, because staying healthy is actually better for gaming in my experience, because you actually can react better, I find. I've sort of got like a makeshift gym set up in my room at the moment. I always try and go to the gym at least once a day, and when I say a makeshift gym, it's not as glamorous as it sounds, believe me. It's literally a bench and a couple of dumbbells with some different weights on them. So yeah, that's a bit of an insight into my life at the moment. Gosh, okay. I am still focusing on doing this while I'm talking. This is not pre-recorded. This is genuinely me talking as I am deflecting. So here we go, and deflect, and deflect, and deflect. I mean, obviously there's not really a way of proving it other than what I'm saying. I'm just going to continue talking as long as I can. Hopefully we can do this for, you know, at least 10 minutes or so. My left index finger is actually starting to hurt because the L2 button, I'm continuing to hold it down on like the edge of the L2 button, and I'm actually pressing it so hard it's actually cutting into my finger. But we will do this. Doing this for my loyal subscribers. Don't say it very often. My first video that I actually did my voice reveal all those months ago now, which seems like ages away now. Last year, I think, November last year I did a voice reveal after my channel was out for about 3 years. Yeah, and also, speaking of that, I did say that I would do a Deflect guide at some point, and hopefully I will get around to it. I have not forgotten about that. So if there are people out there who still want it, don't worry, I've not forgotten. People are always joining the game, and even people who have played the game for a while might be interested in just a few tips. Obviously I've been deflecting for 3 years now as well. And the first video that I did that was kind of one of the videos that took off was a Deflect guide. It was kind of very amateur, very simple editing and things. I actually used Microsoft PowerPoint, I think, to make it. So there we go. So I'm going to try and do an improved version of that. Okay, I don't know how long I'm going to go for this. Let's keep going. Come on, Orochi. Your entire life has led to this moment. No, your entire life has not led to this moment, but it is an interesting one, and it's an interesting idea that I had. But of course, this Hitakiri is slightly mad, and they are demonstrating a very simple-minded approach to this duel, which is literally heavy, 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 heavy. I've just heard the Viking king, or chieftain. You call that a fight? This is a fight. This is the fight you're getting today. This is the INFINITUM Deflecto. That's Latin for infinite deflect. I did look it up before I started this video. Okay, keep on focusing. Focus and focus and focus. Okay, the end is nigh, the end is coming up. So yeah, anyway, I hope you're all feeling, you know, happy and healthy still in these weird, strange quarantine, lockdown, virus times. It will end, I promise you that. It will end. It is not going to be here forever. It needs to kind of run its course over the world, I guess. I'm not a scientific expert, by the way, but these things have a tendency to disappear after a while if you look at kind of historical viruses over the world. So stay in communication with friends, etc., and family, and look out for those that might need a bit more extra help, is what I would say. And keep deflecting, obviously, as well when you hop on For Honor. Deflecting is always good. It's always something that I've enjoyed, and it's something that I've focused on since I got the game all those years ago. I played the beta of it, actually, and I don't actually remember deflecting in the beta, but I think the first week that the game came out in February 2017, I was like, what is this flaming move that looks awesome and does a lot of damage? And also Orochi looked cool as well, obviously. Speaking of which, I will be updating my Oroshi's look. Who knows? The original classic look that I have on my channel for my Orochi may return, and there may even be a third, so look out for that as well. Okay, right, Hitakiri, I think your time is over. Let's cue the music. The music's coming up. And boom! There we go. That is the ultimate deflection. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you